Once upon a time, there was a little boy who lived in a village called Mount Elgon in Africa in the country of Kenya. Oh, hey, Moses. Oh, hey, Brian. How are you guys doing? Hey, Moses, I'm telling a story about you right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, why don't you stick here with me? That's cool that you came down. Let's see. Shelby and Xander, would you guys mind continuing the story for me?
On Mount Elgon, Kenya, life is very different from here. Out and about, there are monkeys, hyenas, antelopes, zebras, and in some places elephants.
Ooh.
Where Moses lived, he had no electricity or running water.
Can you imagine what that would be like? Every morning, Moses walked 300 feet to a well to fetch water and for his family and all his livestock.
Thank you so much. Wow, that's super special. You guys can all look over here. Look, I'm over here by the piano. Did you notice that the story was about a boy named Moses who lived in a village in Africa in a country called Kenya? And lo and behold, there's Moses. This is not made up. This is a real story, a real person. And look at him. Isn't he good looking? I gotta turn around. Don't get your face turning red now, Moses. Good-looking man, part of our church family, a fine man. And when he lived in Mount Elgon, life was different, like they were saying. There was animals and there was no running water. I mean, you're perfectly a great person, but where you lived, you just didn't have the amenities, Moses. You didn't have running water. You didn't even have a piano like this one or anything like it. So tell us about that, Moses.
When I was 10 years old, I lived in a village and I attended a Pathfinder Camporee, my first Pathfinder Camporee, and that's the first time that I saw a piano. And when someone played a piano, I felt like I can play like him, and I was excited. So kids, do you want to hear my first song that I learned playing on a piano today? Do you want to hear the song that I played on a piano? Okay, here we go.
Let's give God a hand for that. That was beautiful. First song that he learned with an instrument he had never seen. Did you say 11 or 13? How old were you? 10, sorry. 10 years old. He'd never seen a piano. And that instrument is what God brought to you, and you seized it. It captured your imagination. That is so great. And so I think he ought to finish that song, so when we're done with the children's story, he can just continue playing that song. But the point of our time together is that it doesn't matter where you all live. It doesn't matter if your house has electricity or running water, or if your eyes can see really well, or if your feet can run really fast. It doesn't matter. God has given you a talent, and he thinks you're very, very special. And he wants you to take that talent and use it to honor him. That talent is an instrument, like the piano. Maybe God didn't give you a piano. Maybe he gave you a calculator. You can use that calculator for him. Or maybe he gave you some knowledge. You could take that knowledge and honor him. Or maybe he gave you some other tools in your house that you have. You could use that to honor him, like Moses. So will you all take whatever tool God gives you and honor God with that? Yes? Yes. All right. Well, Moses has some books. He wrote a children's book. I just want to let you in the church know. He wrote a children's book telling his story about where he was in Mount Elgon, and he has them right here. So how many of these do you want me to give away, Moses? He wants me to give away 10 books. So while you go up there and finish our song, and while you children go back to your seats, I'm going to ask all of you, well, whoever can, to hold one of these books and give them to somebody in the audience, okay? So go ahead and go back to your seats, grab these, and then raise your hand if you want one, and talk to Moses if you want to take one home with you.